In this session, we'll have a quick look at how you go about navigating the application. Now, the Customer Service Hub, the Admin Center, are very simple to navigate. You've got a menu on the left-hand side. You click on the option that you want to go to, and it pretty much opens up that record type for you. With the Customer Service Workspace, there's a little bit of additional navigation complexity to the interface. So first off, you've already seen that to open up a case, I simply go to my active cases. I click on a case, it opens up a new session. If I wanted or needed to, from a customer service agent perspective, to open up another case, I'd simply return to home. And this might be two calls that have come in. I'm dealing with the two calls or two chats or two SMSs or two emails that I'm working on at the same time. So it's just the two tabs, and the customer service agent would then be able to switch between the tabs and work on the applicable case. On the case form itself, you have a form, and this is true for all of the customer service forms. You've got a form with a couple of components in it. If you click on the tabs at the top, it will switch you to different sections on the form, and you'd be able to access the information there. Now, if for some reason I need to access a additional record, what I would then do is go to this little plus here at the top. I would click on that, and this gives me access to other record types. So I've got two cases open at the moment. In relation to that case, I might want to go and have a look at the organizational information, which I would find in accounts. So I go and click on accounts. It'll open up the accounts tab for me. And now from this accounts tab, I'd be able to pick the record that I want to go and open up. So you'll see that the records are displayed in views. So currently I'm looking at my active views, which are all the active account records that I own. So I either capture them or they've been assigned to me. So if I click the little drop down here on the view, you'll see that I can switch to active accounts, which would simply be all active accounts, not necessarily only the ones that I view, or inactive accounts, or just all accounts that will give me all the account records. So I can do that. From this page, I would then be able to open up a account record. You see I get a new tab at the top, and that account record is displayed in that tab. If I switch to a different case record, you'll see that the tabs are contextual to the record that I was working in. So those additional account tabs are just for this case. Another case will not have the same tabs. If I click on home at the top, same thing. On the home tab, I have not got the additional tabs. I can use the same method to go and add additional tabs here. So I might want to go and look at queues, and I might also want to go and look at some dashboards. I'd be able to open up those tabs, and it gives me access to the dashboards and to the queues, and I can work on them. Once I have completed my work on a case, I'd obviously go through the process of resolving the case or saving the case or whatever the case may be. But once I'm finished with the session, I can close the session here on the left-hand side, and that will close that entire session for me. Now, I'm going to ignore the prompt here because I didn't make any changes that I want to save. So that's all good. So that's the workspace interface. If we go to the hub, like I said, the hub is fairly simple. If I want to look at any of my record types on the left-hand side, I have my menu. So I click on the accounts records. The account records are displayed to me, and I can switch between the particular views that I want to use to filter out specific record types. So same thing that we saw earlier, inactive accounts, all accounts, or active accounts. I'd be able to switch between them. If I want to work on contacts, I simply go through to contacts, or cases. I go and click on cases. All the views pretty much work in the same way. If I open up a particular case, that'll open in this view, and I can work on that case. Once I'm done with that case, I either go back to cases or I can click on save and close. A very nice feature in the customer service hub is this little button up here, which will allow me to look at the view without needing to close the case. I can simply switch to a different case if I want to continue work on that case. Just coming back to the introduction that we had, you'll recognize the business process flow here at the top of the case form, breaking this process into identification of the customer that requires the service and the particular service. So that is my stage 1. If I click on the dot, it opens up stage 1 for me. If I move on to the research phase, where I go and find a solution for the customers, I would just click on next stage. That'll move me on to the next stage, and it'll move the case into that stage as well. So then I can work from there. The intent of the business process flow is really to focus the agent's attention on specific information that needs to be captured for this case. These fields that I have here in the stages are duplicated from the form. So I can opt to either change the information on the stage or change the information on the form. So if you see here, my customer here is Thomas Anderson. I can go up to the stage, remove that customer, and you'll see that this field here is impacted as well. So exactly the same field. If I then go and do a search for Thomas again, select that, and you'll see that the information is updated. Okay, so that will be added. That just in the line of a quick introduction to the navigation in the application. As we go through the course, of course, we'll be navigating the application, and we'll pick up tips and tricks as far as that is concerned.